Hello and welcome to Section 8, Design Patterns. In the previous section, we saw how to drastically improve the performance of our applications. In this final section, we'll be discussing design patterns. We'll start by introducing the importance of design patterns. Then we'll look at two design patterns from each of the three major categories of patterns: creational design patterns, structural design patterns, and behavioral design patterns. Now we'll move on to the first video of this section, which will serve as a design patterns overview. In this video, we'll discuss design patterns and why they are important. We'll also discuss the three major types of design patterns. A design pattern offers a general reusable solution for a given common programming problem. As developers, we tend to encounter many similar types of issues over and over again. With that in mind, it makes sense that when design problems arise, that we leverage the solutions cultivated over the years by a global community of developers. So what are some of the reasons to use design patterns? Some may argue that the implementation of a design pattern costs developers time, making design patterns an unsuitable choice while programming. However, when considered over the lifetime of the application, design patterns can prove to save time and money by providing tried and tested solutions that are predictable and clear. Design patterns also offer improved communication between developers. Think about it, it's much easier to talk about singletons than to talk about classes where we are only supposed to have one instance at a time. We're going to discuss design patterns in the scope of three different categories: creational, structural, and behavioral. Creational patterns deal with object instantiation mechanisms. Creational patterns address design issues that result from the basic form of object creation by controlling the way that objects are created. Structural patterns are patterns that ease the application's design by identifying elegant ways to architect relationships between entities. And behavioral patterns are built around common communication patterns between objects, which improves the flexibility of communication between objects. Now, we obviously won't be covering every design pattern available in our course. There are so many design patterns out there that one could easily write an entire course just dedicated to design patterns. Having said that, I've chosen two common design patterns from each of the three categories as an introduction to design patterns. If you'd like to find some useful resources on design patterns, visit this video's resource page. In this video, we've made the case for using design patterns while developing. In the next video, we're going to take a look at the first of our two creational patterns, the singleton pattern.